We're back to special live COVID-19 coverage with Sam LaPrade.
Thank you so much for joining us here on Rogers TV and 1310 News. We're very happy that you're here, and we're certainly looking forward to those snowbirds flying overhead. A little bit of a joy, a little bit of distraction today in our city, which is a good thing. I wanted to speak with Jesse Smith. Jesse is with Connected Canadians. Hello, Jesse. How are you?
Hello. I'm great today, Sam.
I'm so excited to chat with you. Tell me a little bit about your life pre-COVID-19.
Absolutely. So I live here in Ottawa with my family. Got 2 young kids and a wife, and I had been the head bartender at Social Restaurant and Lounge while doing some graduate studies. That was one of the ways that I paid my bills. And then once March 15th came and I was deemed a non-essential service for good reason, I have been living at home, not doing much else.
So tell me what happened when Emily Jones, who I have so much respect for, one of the co-founders of Connected Canadians, and of course that organization is helping seniors be connected with technology, and by being connected with technology, it means they're connected with family and the outside world. How did you come to be connected with Emily?
So Emily actually was someone that I knew from working at that restaurant, because one of her many talents, in addition to being a fantastic champion of digital literacy and someone with great experience in the information technology industry, she also is a DJ. And so once a month she would come and she would play music at the restaurant. And her setup was next to the bar. Behind the bar, in fact. So I actually got to sort of work side by side with her one night a month for the last couple of years.
Oh, she's really fantastic. I'm a big fan of Emily's. And, you know, creating Connected Canadians is really a passion for her. How did she get you involved?
So there have been a number of people that are in my industry, so the hospitality industry, that don't have jobs right now and are probably going to be some of the last places that reopen fully for business. And because so many of the people in the hospitality industry have a strong set of people skills, it was Emily's idea to try to connect a set of skills with a need that Connected Canadians has for people with those strong interpersonal skills, to be able to create the connections to do troubleshooting or just some help for those who perhaps lack digital literacy skills that are used to using the type of soft skills that you associate with the hospitality industry. So we're in the business of listening and being attentive to people's needs and then making them happy. And that skill set, Emily believes, will work very well when paired with some technical training to get those who are not fully connected to our digital world better up to speed.
It really has been a lifeline for so many people. Jesse, what did you think of the idea when you first heard it?
So I thought that it was a great one. I, in addition to being a bartender, am perhaps a strange unicorn in that my other job prior to being laid off has been in as a member of the clergy. So I was a minister, and I worked with a congregation of people that were primarily elderly. So that meant that I was already quite familiar with some of the struggles that the more experienced, wizened members of our society have when engaging with new technology that seems to change on a daily basis. And so for me, having this strong group of people or connection to a group of people that already face the type of struggles that Emily's been addressing led to me wanting to immediately be a part of this once the opportunity was presented to me.
It really is an incredible, community that she's built, and I use that word really intentionally because I think she has really taken people that want to help seniors looking for that connection, and it takes someone with a lot of patience to do this work. And I love the fact that I didn't know the clergy connection. I think that's That's really fantastic. She seems to find really great people.
I agree, and I think that her own sort of very interdisciplinary skill set means that she ends up traveling, even if only briefly, in a lot of circles, and so she's able to make connections that many people simply would not be able to make. So not only does she have the skill to do it, she has the opportunity, which I think is fantastic.
We're speaking with...
I know personally there are several other people like myself who are out of work members of the hospitality industry that are really looking forward to the chance to work with Connected Canadians over this time. So I think it's a great marriage of those two needs.
For those that aren't familiar, Jesse, sort of walk us through Connected Canadians and tell us a little bit about the platform.
Sure. So Connected Canadians exists to provide technical support as well as actual connections and education to people, mostly people who are elderly, but those that have less digital literacy. And so the idea is that literacy is an important component of education, and education itself is a human right. And so we think of things like being able to read as an important type of right because, we should not want people to be exploited by signing contracts that they might not be able to read, or the types of problems that can come from someone who is not able to read. But literacy extends to more than just written words, and so Connected Canadians tries to empower those who lack digital literacy that in very similar ways can miss out on a lot of life's experiences through providing them not only with the training to use things like how to set up your cell phone with contacts so that it's easy to use your phone, or how to install something like FaceTime or a video messaging app like Skype on a tablet. Because people might have these things. Your grandparents might possess a tablet, but that doesn't mean that they know how to use it, and certainly not how to use the features that can really help keep them connected and engaged no matter how they're separated from family, whether that's by distance or by things like enforced quarantines for people that are inside care homes right now. These things prevent the connections from, let's say, flourishing, and so Connected Canadians tries to reconnect those people.
It really is amazing, and I know Emily's story, and it's quite amazing how she felt a little bit isolated as a child, and certainly took that experience to ensure that seniors weren't isolated. And I think that's a really important piece of this puzzle is that when people are feeling isolated, it affects everything. It affects mental health, it affects relationships, it affects everything. And I think the work that you're doing alongside Emily and everyone else at Connected Canadians is really a lifeline to so many.
Yeah, and I think that a lot of people right now experiencing the type of lockdown restrictions that we have can get a very quick and immediate appreciation for the type of struggle that seniors face on a daily basis. If you have family that live even just across the border in Quebec, it can be very difficult to go see them. And that type of enforced, legalized separation is the type of daily reality that a lot of senior citizens live with every day. And I think that there's a real moment right now for a type of broad empathy for the type of struggles that people face, that seniors face, and that Connected Canadians is trying to help overcome. So I hope that there's some sympathy for what the organization is trying to do now as well.
I absolutely think you're right. I really admire what the steps that she's taken and you've taken as well as someone that's working with people directly, because I think this is a bigger issue, as we all know, and I'm always looking for those positive stories within COVID-19, and I'm hoping this means more seniors are connected, and by more seniors being connected, their quality of life increases, and the people that they're connecting with, meaning grandchildren and children and all of those people in their lives.
Yeah, I agree completely. And even before COVID-19, there were stories of these types of connections enriching the lives of people on both sides. You think of things like reading programs that let senior citizens in nursing homes read to elementary school kids. Things like that build these intergenerational bonds that I think sometimes people take for granted. That they think that every elderly person has a grandchild, every young child has a grandparent. And sometimes those things aren't there organically. And the fact that groups like Connected Canadians can help recreate those bonds is, I think, a really wonderful thing.
Absolutely. And you're a great ambassador, Jesse Smith from Connected Canadians. I really appreciate your time today and look forward to hearing about all the successes as the weeks and months come forward.
Well, it was a great pleasure to be on.
Thanks.
And I would say if any of your listeners have people in their lives that feel that type of isolation, if they're quarantining alone or if they have a grandparent that they can't be in touch with, this is the kind of program that can let them connect either with each other or others. And you can check out the organization at connectedcanadian.ca.
Beautifully said. Thank you so much to Jesse Smith.
All right. Take care, Sam. Thanks.
Thank you. We wanted to